kick set? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying?
One of the reasons why we have forms in Taekwondo and other traditional martial arts is so that you can practice moves that are banned in contest. Also, one of the reasons why we have light to no to touch contact in traditional martial arts sparring is so that you can practice moves at someone that are pretty much considered illegal, especially if you want to compare everything to a mixed martial arts, MMA, UFC context, where if you try to do these moves full contact, you could hurt seriously or kill the person. Now, I know a lot of you don't believe it, but this is why. I'm going to play some examples from one video called Disqualifications in MMA, and then there's another one that I think is called Banned Moves in MMA that shows different moves and practices that we do in traditional martial arts, either in forms or in sparring, that if you do them live, for real, before contact, you can hurt or kill the person. Now, the first one I'm going to start with is kicking from the ground. Contrary to popular belief, see, when I came up in the karate/taekwondo ranks, we were allowed to kick. If we fell on our back, we could continue to kick if the person was trying to get on top of us. And it was only when I started cross-training in judo that I realized that, they don't allow striking on the ground. That's why a lot of people tend to think that striking is not as effective as grappling. Or they're used to anyway.
Okami was able to take Silva down, but was promptly KO'd when Silva landed an illegal kick, giving Okami the DQ win.
Due to an illegal kick, Anderson Silva has been disqualified.
This rule is heavily debated, with some people believing knees and kicks should be allowed to grounded opponents to prevent stalling.
Take it from someone who's been kicked in the face in a real fight many years ago when I was on the ground. Yeah, people will kick you when you're down. And sometimes when I have my students sparring, I won't allow them to indicate foul tactics like that, but not actually make full contact. That's why you can't always go full contact all the time.
Starting off the list, we have the soccer kick, similar to the force of a soccer player would have on an actual soccer ball. Dr. Johnny Benjamin believed that these kicks could result in broken necks and even paralysis at certain angles and with enough velocity.
In a lot of martial arts, well, I know they used to do this in Taekwondo, and I still teach this. You have a practice that's called stacked hands, or retracting hands, where you either bring your hands like this, you bring them here, to put them on top before you go into your next move in the form. Especially what a lot of people call twin forearm block. I always taught it as C block. I used to hear people say that you're practicing fish hooking, and I didn't know what they were talking about. Well, this is fish hooking, basically sticking your fingers in somebody's mouth and poking. It's definitely not something you want to practice in a sporting context because it can permanently damage someone's face.
Nah! Here. Okay? Get down low just to fit to the camera for the stand.
Is fish hooking. This technique is the act of inserting fingers into an opponent's mouth or nostrils and pulling it away from the center line. It can be used with either one or two hands. This technique is taught in martial arts, including Krav Maga, Goju Ryu Karate, and even catch wrestling. Thankfully, it is banned in the UFC as there is a risk of permanent facial damage.
I interpret some of the jumps that you do on the form, especially if you're going back here, you jump and cross your body, cross your legs, and force down. When you're in your form, especially in the form of Toye in Taekwondo, ITF Taekwondo, Cecil Taekwondo, I interpret that as pile driving.
It's pile driving. This is when you pick up your opponent, turn them upside down, and drive them head first into the ground. In MMA competition, pile driving can cause long-term damage, including paralysis.
So the moves in your form are not just to get your money. They're not just for tradition. They're not just, what are some of the other excuses I've heard people use? Just to pad out the time to get the black belt because the instructor is just too out of shape to work out. And, it's not something that's just for website. It's all kinds of things the internet will say in order to disparage learning how to perform as part of your training. It's a drill, it's an avenue for you to be able to practice lethal moves without having to kill you. I mean, you know, just as an aside, I've seen other stuff leaking into what people consider to be more modern martial arts. I saw a video the other day where people were doing a ki, which is nothing more than a spirit shout. Yelling when you're hitting someone. I've seen people ki-ing during boxing. Yes, ki-ing during boxing. I saw 2 videos like that, 2 different organizations. But somehow, you know, I'm not wearing my pajama uniform today. I'm wearing a cool tee. If you want to buy one, let me know. We put on our pajamas in public and do it. Just rub some people the wrong way. Don't ask me why. Actually, I do know why. I'm just not going to say it. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to people like to talk about the martial arts. Peace. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Practice them in your forms. By yourself. Peace.